All right, here with Coach Panone, Team Georgia. How's it going?
Great. Just finished up a workout.
Yeah.
Right down.
How was prep getting ready for Fargo?
It was great. We had Fargo camp last weekend. Had about almost 100 kids there.
Yeah.
Bringing a crew. So we're excited.
Yeah, awesome. So what's the message to, is there a different message to the kids who have been here before versus the kids who haven't been here before?
Absolutely. Yeah, the kids who haven't been here before, you kind of have to go, all right, look, walk in the dome, soak it all in. There's a lot of mats, one raised in the middle, and realize that no one's actually watching you. Like it's one mat, just like any other mat, and they still get starry-eyed and they still get nervous, but you try to alleviate the nervousness.
Yeah.
The kids that have been here before, it's old hat. They've already done it. Most of them are seasoned at national tournaments anyway.
Right.
So, it's just reminding them that it's one match at a time like you would any other tournament,
Yeah, definitely. So, for me, one of the biggest things is the jump from 16Us to those juniors.
Yeah.
And, you have success in 16Us, and juniors are a whole other level.
Yep.
And do you have any conversations as far as those kids? Because you have a lot of 16U returning All-Americans.
Yes. A lot of first-year juniors this year.
And first-year juniors this year. So what's that conversation?
There's really no message because some strength advantage that a more seasoned junior has is out of their control.
Right.
So it's still just treating it like any other match.
Okay.
Not being intimidated by anything, not worrying about, I'm bottom year this year, so therefore that means that I can't accomplish what I did before. I think it's just staying focused on the goal. And luckily the guys who were All-Americans last year, they're very experienced wrestlers. I mean, they are. Right? They're very experienced. They've done national tournaments that don't have age divisions. So honestly, not
a really big deal.
Yeah, not one of them has ever expressed a concern that, oh my gosh, this is my bottom year, I'm really worried now.
Yeah.
So I don't think you really treat it any different.
Got it. Although the brackets are different.
Sure, bigger, but what's interesting about this year is, and I haven't seen the total numbers from each weight class, but if the numbers really have 2,000 more cumulative wrestlers than last year, where did those wrestlers come from? Did everybody turn into Illinois and mount up everybody to go to regionals? Probably not. It's probably because the top 6 from regionals qualified.
Right.
So, to me, that was a message to some of the guys that, we don't want everyone to say, oh, you might end up on the backside, but guess what? A lot of you are going to be on the backside. That it's not like you can make a run on the backside.
No doubt. Knowing
that a lot of the guys that are coming also were top 6 at their regionals, not, a stud from some place.
Yeah. All right, so I obviously did, I looked at the roster and I had picked out a few kids' names and that sort of thing. Who were kids that I didn't mention or I mentioned or whatever that maybe I missed? I don't know. Who are some to watch?
So last year we did this interview and we talked about sleepers.
Yep.
And last year I mentioned Colin Mullins, who at the time was a second-year wrestler. He ended up blood rounding both styles. And I mentioned Tyler Sequoy, who ended up All-Americaning and would have double All-American had he not hurt his ankle.
Right.
So feel good about those picks. I had to think hard about this year and not have too many people because there were some sleepers who have impressed me in camp and in training and coming up. And I'm probably gonna have to look down at my phone to make sure I don't forget anybody.
Yeah.
And some of these names are names that people might know, but didn't know how good they really are.
Mm-hmm.
Gabe Swan at 88, I think can make definitely a big run. Jacob Levy, heavyweight. He was really impressive at duels, and not a lot of people may not know him because he's a kind of a dual sport athlete. He did, I think, win NHSCA or got second, but he's looking really good. Jack Garrett in Greco, for sure, and probably freestyle as well, is a name that people don't know, and he's been dialed in, looking really good. And these are, I'm starting with cadets.
As
well.
You can look,
cadets.
You're all good.
Jacob Levy. Cade Parent.
Mm-hmm.
He looked really good at duels, and he's starting to figure some things out. And Brock Hacker also is one to watch. He's a 182-pounder at a cadet. Real athletic, hardworking kid. So those are ones I think at the cadet level for the guys. The junior guys that names you may not know, because I think a lot of people already know Latrell Schaefer and Creed Thomas and Hope Ho, Drew Gorman, guys that All-American last year. Ones that people may not know is Connor Cooper.
Okay.
He's been having, especially in Greco, at camps and at prep stuff, he's been having bang out, going toe-to-toe with Amari Alvarez, toe-to-toe with Hope Ho, and he's a kid that really hasn't done anything at the national scene yet.
Okay.
He's one to watch for sure.
Okay.
Luke Cochran also won. He, I believe, finalist at NHSCA, but hasn't really done a lot of freestyle and Greco. And Gabe Arnold came to camp, and they were wrestling tough. They were
That's
wrestling
good.
tough. He was hanging with Gabe for sure.
All right.
Matthew Waddell, not the one at UTC.
Right, the Pepperell.
Yep, from Pepperell. He's another 182 pounder, and we're really strong at 182, 170 this year at juniors.
Yeah.
And then another kid who's a lighter weight kid that has caught my attention. His name's Alan Calderon. He had a pretty good duels, but like how he wrestles really hard, and I'm curious to see how he does.
Yeah, good 113 pounder.
Yeah. On the girls' side, the names that people know are May Prado and Genevieve Vaughn, and I think they're really dialed in right now. They're looking really good. Two names that people don't know that I think will do well are both juniors, Raven Cook and Brooke French.
All right.
Same thing. I just think they've done enough national stuff now. They're a little more seasoned, and I think, could make a really good run.
All right. So thanks for taking the time, and best of luck to Team Georgia.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, man.